G'day, good morning, and welcome. Today I'm going to take you on a day in my writing life. It is a Friday morning here. It's 8 a.m. It's a beautiful morning, so I've chosen to sit outside and write. And I'm going to bring you along for the day. I've never done one of these before, and I've always wanted to. So here goes. Anyway, I will do some talking over the top and some overlay and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, enjoy your morning and sit back, get a coffee, relax. I enjoyed this first writing session that I did today. Yesterday, I spent over an hour breaking up my story, planning, replanning, restructuring, refiling, and refining what I already had. The novel project is called Home as a placeholder until I reveal the title. But in that meantime, I have been tinkering on this novel for about 4 years and writing and rewriting and changing. And I found myself this week ready to go back into that as a bigger project. And I started tackling another chapter that has been an ongoing problem for me for a while. It's an action scene that I don't really know how I wanted to play it out. And I've changed it, I've rewritten it probably 4 times. And this time, I think I nailed it. The first writing section went on for about an hour, and I tinkered and changed and wrote, and I found flow and a joy that I hadn't found in quite some time while writing this novel. Writing this novel has been hard and it's been vulnerable, but I've been encouraged and I've been sparked on by numerous people over the years, and this time feels different. This time I feel like I need to get it out of my head and onto the page before I lose something. And when I say lose something, what I really mean is just lose my own mind as this thing has been driving me crazy. This first session, I wrote 600 words and I tapped away until I sort of reached that number. I hadn't planned to reach that number, but it just felt good. And so I stopped and opted to take the dog for a walk. I've been taking Vinny for a walk every single day as I've been back home and visiting, and I've really enjoyed just that quiet time and taking him out into the world. He's a little cutie. Look at him, honestly. But what I find taking the dog for a walk or taking myself for a walk or a run, whatever that is a real circuit breaker in the work project. I'm not very good at sitting for long periods of time and working on something. I'm good at working for 30 minutes and losing myself within those 30 minutes. And then I find myself getting a little distracted and a little bit unfocused. That is something that I need to work on, being able to sit for a larger chunk of time. But what I think that little walk or that little reset allows you to do is just get those problems that you were having with the work and clear them up in your mind so that when you sit back down again, it has a consistency, a flow, and a real thought out process. What I often find the hardest about writing is in my own head, I feel what I want it to present as and what I want it to look like. It's almost like I can see the writing and I can see the words and I can see the sentences. But what I struggle to actually do in real life and real time is write the way that I can picture it in my head. And that's a really big gap. It's getting narrower over the years, but I do find that it's a little bit of a challenge. This second session, I wrote just over 400 words, and that's the most productive writing day I've had in some time before I took myself to a cafe and treated myself to a nice coffee while reading a book and enjoying the process of reading an Aussie author. I'm currently reading Dusk by Robbie Arnott, and it is some of the most beautiful language that I've ever had the privilege to read. And I'm just really enjoying reading while doing this. I read every day. It is one of my biggest pastimes, and I think it's really valuable. This is before I decided to set off for a run before I had a gig this evening and headed up to Melbourne. All right, so I have completed my writing, I've completed my daily tasks. Filming it actually goes a lot further because you feel more pressured to do the thing. I was pretty stoked with how it went. The writing, there's going to be a bit of a voice overlay in this sort of little video, but in the process of that, I found some real flow in today's session. I actually broke it up into 2 different sessions, one before walking the dog, one after walking the dog. I kind of felt that was a really nice balance. But here we are. We are going to go for a run. It's about 2 o'clock. It's pretty warm. It's about 27 degrees outside at the moment. I'm not really feeling it. I don't want to. And I'll say that to say that I never really want to go for a run. I'm not training for anything at the moment, which is a really big hit. Last year I was sort of training for a marathon that I ran in October, and that kind of gave a structure and an outline and a plan. At the moment, I'm just kind of doing it to feel good when I am completing tasks and to get rid of some of that brain fog and to gain some clarity and just feel better about both myself internally and externally within the world. I find it does a great job. It doesn't really have to be a targeted fast run or anything, but I'm probably going to aim for about 6Ks today and see how I go. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now, and I will update you once I get back. Running is providing me clarity again after a little bit of time off. Today's run was about 8 kilometers before I sneakily got ready to go up to Melbourne and go to my favorite band in the world, Series, who I'll insert a clip of here, but I hope you enjoy that. We've been walking for days. I stay awake for you. Won't you stay awake for me like I need you to? But I fell asleep. It's now a day along, and I didn't film anymore last night because I got home at 1:30 and it was late and I didn't want to be loud. And my ears were ringing. It was a great gig. It was a great time in Melbourne. I had a lovely time going up and seeing my favorite band in the world with one of my best friends in the world. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. All those lovely things. It means a lot. It goes a long way. And I hope this gives you a little bit of insight into what a day in the life can look like. This is probably a more exciting day than others that I've had, that's for sure. But I just wanted to document it and journey through it with you. And I hope to see you in the comments and back here for the next one.